Man, talking about no sound. Here we go again. Looks. Nah, look, I kept trying to come do this video, and every time I got ready to go, my girl like, come here, I need your help with something. And I'm like, okay, I'll go help. And then it's like, as soon as I come back, I get ready to do the video. It's like, I need your help one more time. I'm like, going, oh man. So I had it on mute. My bad. My bad. But in Texas, they've been talking about this Sharia law. You know, I guess the Muslims is like kind of trying to push it. And people is, you know, they not having it. It's crazy because it's not only Texas, it's a couple of other places around the globe to where this was basically happening, to where they trying to, you know, stop Muslim women from wearing that shabib. But I don't know what, I don't want to disrespect, so I don't know what that thing is called. It's just, yeah, I was just running. But no, that thing, they don't want them to wear that no more, you know, because they want them to basically, you know, kind of move it, you know, fit into society. But they going, you know, but when you hear their laws, it's like kind of seem like they want everybody to kind of follow their law. Or when they doing their thing, you know, you kind of step back and like, you know, follow their shit. So we about to just get into people talking about that because, you know, I wanted to know more. So I'm like, well, I see them talking about it. Well, let's talk about it then. And wait, hold on. Let me go show this video first of the one of the
and not violate the religion of Islam by selling and distributing products that are against the religion, because we should love what Allah loves and we should hate what Allah hates. This is what we're here for, and little by little, one by one, we're going to be visiting all of the stores in the neighborhood, particularly the inner city neighborhoods where the religion of Islam is ignored by not only our enemies. The pork, alcohol, and gambling. Okay, that'll give them, that gives them at least to the end of this month to change their inventory or either move to a different nation. And not
man, what is this dude talking about? Now you see what I'm saying? This is the thing people are saying. Like, you can practice your own religion, but when you come into the neighborhood, you try to tell the stores they can't sell this and tell people they can't do that, bro. You doing too much. What the hell? That's crazy. That's crazy. And I thought they supposed to follow the laws of the land. That's one thing that I thought, but you know, maybe I'm
Y'all ready?
Never in the history of ever have I seen a third world country come to a first world country and the first world country get better and improve when they don't assimilate, which we see so often within their religion. And people will call me Islamophobic. That word is fake. It's made up by Muslim Brotherhood, first and foremost. And it's created to just deflect and to not take accountability for whenever they do mess up. When you break down Islam, yes, people should definitely be afraid of Islam. They should be afraid of Sharia law coming to America, to the Western nations. They should definitely be afraid of women losing their rights, the right to vote, having half a brain in their religion. Mind you, my father is Muslim, okay? I grew up in an Islamic home. I had the hijab. I went to the mosques. They separated the women from the men. The girls could not even shake men's hands. They were considered less than. I'm a lefty. I'm left-handed, right? And guess what? This is considered an unclean hand. My own father would try to force me to use this hand to eat and write with. So I don't care about white liberals, people coming, Muslims coming to me, telling me that it's Islamophobic to stand up for women, to say we don't want Sharia law in Western.
She is speaking facts. Preach, 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 sister. And she's telling you, she's coming from a household where her father is Somali. Her father tried to make her do things, try to demand that she do some things. She heard from her father that so she's born left-handed, she's unclean. That hand is not clean. I didn't.
that don't make sense to me. Like your child is unclean because of yeah. Like it make me think of back in the days, like when the babies were born. If they had like a deformity, they used to just go leave them in the wilderness or something. Like I'll be feeling like sometimes, bro. Like we like still stuck in the caveman days. We got the caveman day mentality, and people don't see it.
People keep saying that Sharia law is something that they're not trying to bring into the United States and it's not a thing, and they keep gaslighting us. But I just scrolled past a video of a guy, a Muslim guy. I guess he's a Muslim leader down in Texas somewhere, Houston. And he's like going into different corner stores and telling the owners that they have 1 week to stop selling lottery tickets and alcohol because it goes against Allah's rules and regulations or something like that. And my thing is, who the hell are you to go into somebody's business and tell them what they can or cannot sell? Like, you don't have a legal right to go into somebody's business and tell them what they can't sell. That does not make sense to me. Like, if anything, like lottery tickets and alcohol, a lot of that stuff is pretty much their whole, these corner stores, that's pretty much all they really make money off of. These gas stations and stuff, they're not really making no real money off of that stuff.
That's why, like here in California, when they took the flavors away to where like you couldn't get grape swishers or you couldn't get flavored cigarettes, menthols, or none of that, they took all of it away to where it's just plain. The stores was mad because that's where they were making their money off of, was the flavored cigarette. They was making more money off of tobacco than anything else in the store.
So you basically telling these guys that they need to shut down their whole business just because what they're selling doesn't follow your religion that these people are probably not even a part of. I just feel like that's extremely intrusive and just like, who the hell do you think you are? Like, for you to walk into somebody's business and tell them that within 1 week that they need to stop selling a certain thing, like, are you gonna pay whatever bills that he has that he's not gonna be able to pay if he stops selling that stuff? Look, the bottom line is everybody should be able to practice whatever religion that they practice, whatever they believe in. But at the end of the day, don't try to push your shit onto somebody else. Don't try to push your shit onto me. Like, I will resist that shit until the day I die. Like, you cannot convince me to follow some fake ass bullshit. I'm sorry, all of that shit sounds crazy as fuck to me. It's all crazy. It's all made up. It's all based off of patriarchy. It's all lies. It sounds ridiculous. I literally felt like I was losing brain cells when I read some of that stuff. And just leave. Like, if you want to follow that, if you want to do, follow your religion and do whatever you do it for yourself, but don't try to push that shit on everybody else. And the problem is that a part of the religion, especially in Islam, is that a part of their duty is to try to spread it around the entire world. And I don't have an issue with people practicing their religion, but I do have an issue with you trying to force that shit onto me. That's where I have to push back on you. And that's when we gonna start having problems. When you start trying to push religion and restrictive ass rules onto me, we gonna have some real problems. We gonna have some real problems. And see, America, y'all still think that this is a game. This ain't no game. Slowly but surely, it creeps in. Look at what's happening to Europe right now. Look at what's happened to the UK right now. That whole shit is in shambles. And the thing is, when your whole society is ruled by religion, it goes to shit. Because religion turns everything into shit. Your whole life becomes shit. And the only thing that you have to live for is death. It's pretty sad. And I don't want that for my country.
No. See, she got it wrong. Religious people are trying to save they self from they self. That's what people don't understand. We need religion. Like, people need religion because they have to have something to protect them from they self. Because people are crazy. I hate to say it. People are crazy. That's why they switch up the religions in order to go to back their belief system. Whatever their belief is, they will jot it down to make it back up their belief. and it's made to where you can do that. You can read passages out of it, and you can get your own understanding of it. You feel me? One person says this, other person is saying mean that. That's the scary part.
Have you guys heard of Epic City in Texas? Okay, well, today the Senate has some hearings on this. It's a Muslim covenant compound that has been proposed to be built in Texas. That's going to be 400 acres, have over 1,000 residential units, K through 12 education school, community college, along with clinics, daycares, and everything they need to be a fully functioning community. And Texas is objecting to this because they say that it could breed Sharia law. Now, I do think that we need to be concerned when we see these people trying to create a nation inside of our nation. But at the same time, I also know that our representatives do not want Black people or any other group that's a minority to look what these Muslims is doing and model the same behavior. Man. They don't want us to say, oh, you know what? We're going to put our money together. We're going to go get us 400 acres and we're going to have it developed. We're going to have our own schools, our own clinics, our own child care centers, and we're going to police our own neighborhoods. They do not want that from the Black community. They don't.
No. I feel like that is true, but at the same time, I feel like it's a big difference. It's a big difference. Like us building the community, we're following the laws of the land. We're not, coming with our own laws from a whole nother country and making our land, everybody follow that law and start spreading it. I think it's a big difference.
Want that from other minority communities. So to some extent, the government is coming in saying that they're using Sharia law as a reason to shut this down. But that's not really their reason. That's not the complete reason. Because once you start buying parcels of land where you're buying 400 acres and you can put encumbrances on the land where it has to be cultivated, you can't put certain trees there. You have to plant certain trees there. They could start putting.
You could tell it's a filter. It's a filter to make her look abused for the video.
Encumbrances on that land that will govern that land moving forward for the entire time that they own the land and the people that buy it from them. They can put an encumbrance on it, will stay on that land forever. And the government is afraid of Black people learning real estate laws and learning about the land because they know that once we start to learn those things, then we build our communities for ourselves and we're governing ourselves and we're educating ourselves and we're taking care of our own physical and mental health and we're not involving the government. That's when we will begin to thrive.
No, see, because I don't think so, because Dr. Umar building his school and ain't nobody tried to stop Dr. Umar. Oh yeah, they did. That's what he said. That's what they froze his bank accounts and stuff. Oh, so yeah. Oh, that don't count. I'm gonna take that one back.
Our government knows very well that the Brown Board of Education hurt Black people because our education stats have tumbled ever since. And with our education stats tumbling, everything else in our lives has messed up. The single birth rates, the children getting in trouble, the drugs, everything else. And that's because we're not educated early on about the things that we're not getting the proper guidance. And when you live in these beehive communities, everybody's watching everybody. They have the village that Black people need. They have the village. They're trying to build the village that we need to build for ourselves. So, I mean, the government has their, they want to be precautious about Muslims coming in here because they can breed Sharia law. But as Black Americans, we need to look at this epic city and start trying to model this same behavior for ourselves. Some stuff we got to step back and be like, okay, well, let's see how they peep and game and what type of moves they're making. And we need to replicate some of the stuff we see outside groups doing. And not always look at it like, they think we're going to go against the government because I want to do the same thing they're doing. Do you guys see, you seen how beautiful that was? We need to start doing that for ourselves because ain't nobody else going to do it for us.
That's real right there.
Have you guys heard of Epic City in Texas?
That's real.
Okay,
right
well, today
there.
How do you and the ones that you know in the most.
Oh, man, I got too much music.
I'm going to show y'all a video. Basically, Sharia law, if you are not of that culture of the Sharia law people, you don't agree with it, there's a text for that. And they do that to anybody in their homeland who is not of the Sharia law people. That is the punishment. So them coming here scamming us, that's the punishment for us not being Sharia law. It's just culture. We got to get these people the hell up out of here.
I got Somalians as neighbors, and I talked to one of them, and I asked them about this whole Somalian fraud that's going on in Minnesota. And one of the guys explained it to me this way. He said back in Somalia, a lot of them come from clans, and the Muslims have this thing where their spoils, even their Prophet Muhammad, whatever, he would go out and plunder people, and the spoils of war would be considered rightfully theirs. And whenever they would go to a place and they would subjugate the non-believers, they would put a tax on them. So he's like, the Somalians believe in Minnesota, their plunder is rightfully theirs, and it's just a tax that the white people are paying for the Somalians, to, for them, to the Muslims, to the non-believers. And so they do not comprehend the Western laws. They don't understand it. It doesn't compete to their Sharia law that they're practicing. And so there's outrage. And so he explained this one little thing to me. He's like, in their religion, they're permitted to lie. So when you see all these Somalians in Minnesota, being outraged that their fraud is being exposed, he's like, they're permitted to lie. They're permitted to tax the non-believers. They're permitted to practice their Sharia law. They're permitted to plunder because in their belief system, it is rightfully theirs. So they don't understand why all these people are upset about, all this fraud that's going on, because they've been practicing all the stuff they've been doing in Somalia. They just brought their belief system here, and they do not understand why everyone's outraged. And,
Okay, family, I'm going to show y'all a video.
I don't know about that. If that's true, that's crazy. That's crazy. So when they move into your city, they look at you lesser than anyway. So whatever they take, that's like almost like a pirate culture. Oh yeah, they was. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. Yeah.
When people say Sharia, important objectives of Sharia are 5, which are a necessity and they're universal. What are they? Number 1, protection is important, Muslim or non-Muslim. Islam, for example, came in and said that...
What's up, man? You gotta do the edges. All right, when I get done.
Trade, interest and usury is forbidden in Islam because it is unfair and enslaves other people. Gambling is haram because of the catastrophical effect it has on individuals and families and society.
Oh, dang. I don't know. Like you hear, like it sounds good, huh? It sounds good right there. It's like going, oh, it sounds good. But I don't know. What about the other stuff that I've been hearing?
3 ways you can weave acts of worship into running your Amazon.
No,
a man breaks down the bad part of Sharia law as a woman only tries to say the good part of it.
Muslims want to bring Shia law to the United States.
Do you even?
Nah, I see you ain't got nothing better to do than to troll people. I'ma just get you up out of here. I ain't even gonna put you on no timeout. I'm gonna get you all the way up out of there because you need help. Man, go talk to your mama. Yeah, I'm online though. No. Why would I? Like, no, I'm gonna just get you up out of here. If you in here talking mess, I'm gonna just kick you out. Ain't nobody got time to play with your kid. Go play with your kids. Oh, you ain't got nothing. You is a kid.
Do you know what Sharia law is?
I do. Let's take a look.
Feeding the poor, that's Sharia.
Owning women as sexual property, that's Sharia.
Smiling at someone, that's Sharia.
Jihadism and fighting non-Muslims, that's Sharia.
Being kind to your neighbor.
Unaliving homosexuals.
Education for every child.
Women being worth half as much as a man.
Women's right to work.
Women's right to be beaten by their husbands and to be forsaken in bed.
Marriage must be between 2 consenting adults.
Unless, of course, it's your Prophet Muhammad. Police be upon him because he married a 6-year-old.
Workers' right to fair pay.
Unless, of course, you aren't a Muslim, because then you will be taxed into poverty.
The current court system is derived from Sharia.
No, it's not. It's derived from the Roman court system, which came hundreds of years before.
Democracy is Sharia.
No, it actually came from Democritus, a Greek philosopher who came 1,000 years before. Democracy, Democritus, see how we got that name?
Hospitals have been built on Sharia law.
Okay, but the Catholic Church has built way more hospitals, and St. Basil the Great is often credited as building the first hospital. So why on earth would we choose Sharia law over Christianity?
We're already living under Sharia law.
No, we are not, because our women are allowed to go outside without covering themselves head to toe.
So what exactly are you fearing?
Let's see. Sharia law and the loss of Western culture. By the way, Muhammad is now the most common boy's name in England and Wales.
These people be caught up in a strong delusion because they hear people like that woman feeding them lies. Takia, to be honest. Lies for them to come over and join the delusion. May the Lord intervene.
Wow.
Now, so and it's not just there. Even so, like, you know, I've heard tell that Sharia law is becoming big even in Texas right now. You know, they're having a big thing that, you know.
You got too much music.
Mr. Speaker,
Too much
Islam
music.
is a culture.
But they got their belief system. I wonder why, you know, like if you ain't trying to give it to nobody else, I thought you'd be okay just practicing your own stuff. When you out trying to pass it to everybody and make everybody eat it, that's crazy.
With patina of religion. Sharia is the law of Islam.
Christians do it.
Sharia is dangerous. Western values form the basis for the founding of America, namely that rights come from our Creator. Ours is a Christian-based culture. Sharia, on the other hand, is a culture of violence and domination, totally anathema to the concept of individual freedom. The United States Constitution and Sharia are fundamentally at odds with one another. The Constitution begins with "we the people." Sharia states Allah has said. Followers of Sharia believe Muhammad received a divine legal code that stands supreme over all man-made laws. While Western civilization has evolved, Islam has not. Islam is stuck in the 8th century, and if they succeeded...
What if that's what they're trying to do? They're trying to turn it. Like, which I couldn't understand. I wouldn't even be able to understand. Why leave somewhere, bring your belief system here, and try to turn this into over there? Like, if that's what's trying to happen, I mean, why try to do that over there? The shit's not even working over there. You see what's happening over there right now, and why bring it here? Like, when you leave all that shit there. You know, keep your practices. I don't know, but I'm just saying, just leave it there. Like,
Imposing their beliefs upon us, we will be dragged back into the Dark Ages. The contrasts are stark when comparing Sharia to the strides made by the United States in 250 years. The 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution abolished slavery, but there has never been an abolition movement in Islam. The Quran and Hadith even contain rules for slaves and the slave trade. Sharia prescribes inhumane punishments.
Read what book? People always talking about read the damn book. Read what book? What book? The one that's going to tell you the same thing. Believe this, believe that. It's like, it's no different. It's no different. Read your book, so I had your belief systems. Well, no.
Viewed as normative. Stoning to death for adultery is common, as are public beatings of women, the amputation of the hand of a thief, and execution of Christians and Jews in accordance with the Quran. Several hardline clerics have even issued fatwas for the assassination of President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu. The Declaration of Independence states, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal." Not so in Islam. According to Sharia, the testimony of a non-Muslim is not valid against a Muslim in a court of law. A woman's testimony is...
Hey, but that's how they got everybody to where they is now, because if you notice, each person that conquered basically burnt everybody else, burnt the books of all the people who they basically took over. And then they brought their own stuff in. And then if they got conquered, everything that they had, they burnt that shit up. And then everybody followed their religion. And then if they got conquered, they burnt their stuff up, and so on and so on. And it kept going. Like, even with the Vikings, you see, even with the Vikings, that's certain things that they did. They come in, they destroy all the shit. Everything, you feel me? A little bit get left, something might get left over here, over there. But they make everybody follow the religion that they bring in. And, you know, they go, okay, well, y'all can keep y'all, but y'all got to follow this one. Y'all got to believe in our gods. And over again, that's something that they just did.
Equal to 1/2 of that of a man. Non-Muslims living in majority Islamic societies are second-class citizens with few rights and little protection under the law. The 6th Amendment speaks of an impartial jury, but the testimony of a non-Muslim is deemed inadmissible. So in an Islamic Sharia court, the only testimony allowed is that of a Muslim. Hardly fair and impartial. Sharia prohibits marriage between a Muslim woman and a non-Muslim man. A Muslim man may marry a Christian wife, but not vice versa. Sharia also gives the man, but not the woman, the unconditional right to divorce. Freedom of religion is in our First Amendment, but freedom of religion in Sharia means one is permitted to embrace Islam, but one is never free to leave Islam. Abandoning Sharia is an apostasy punishable by death. Freedom of speech in America extends to expression not only of verbal communication, but in art, writing, the media, and action. Certain forms of expression are forbidden by Sharia. Non-Muslims and moderate Muslims who openly criticize Islam, Muhammad, or the Quran face severe punishment. Remember Salman Rushdie, who was stabbed under a fatwa just for writing about Muhammad. America was founded on a basic concept of freedom of the individual, self-governing under the rule of law. John Adams said our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other. We are witnessing the reality of Adam's wisdom and the clash of cultures as outsiders stream into our country without assimilating. A prominent Muslim attorney argued in the U.S. court, Islam is Sharia, Sharia.
I understand why they don't want to assimilate, because they don't want to, lose their thing. But I think they come and they want their thing to be this thing. They want it to take over this. And like you hear a lot of them say it, a lot of their rulers over there basically say
is
that.
Islam, the two cannot be separated. There are acceptable actions in Sharia that are illegal in America. Murder of family members who dishonor the family, child marriage, spouse abuse, to name only a few. Our legal processes, developed through centuries of Western civilization, are not sufficient to confront the Sharia influence spreading across America. Even legislation may not stop the encroaching danger. It will take more. In the streets of New York City, a Muslim imam recently proclaimed, "We will not stop until Islam enters every home."
Exactly. I think that's what they're trying to do.
Everyone does not include us in their part.
You'd agree with many aspects of Sharia law? No, I wouldn't. Okay, love thy neighbor. You don't agree with that? No, because that's not my understanding of Sharia law. I'm saying, do you agree with love thy neighbor? Yes, because again, I agree with all Christ's teaching. Part of
and I think this is the part, like any other religion, they try to say the good parts, but it's like, act like what we see y'all doing, like to the women and different things like that. It show a whole different thing, which is it that each one has its own belief systems, like depending on what people are reading the Quran, they have their own religious beliefs compared to these ones over here. Like that would have to be it.
Sharia law is love thy neighbor. Don't kill innocent people. Do you agree with that? And you're saying that's an aspect of Sharia?
If that's the bro, why are they fighting so much up? Why are they fighting so much over there if that's what it says? But you fighting with your neighbors every day. Like that.
Absolutely. I guarantee you there's not a single verse in the Quran that says that you are permitted to kill innocent people. That is not true. You can come back and challenge me then. You'd agree with many aspects of Sharia.
They here to change it. That's why. Hey, that's why they're here to change it, okay? They're here to change what this is and make it what they got.
Prevents them from creating no-go zones. It requires disputes to be resolved by Texas law and Texas courts, not Sharia law. It empowers the Attorney General to shut down developments like Epic and to halt any further development.
I saw Abbott and Candy Noble and everybody up there on that Diaz, and they were all smiling like a jackass eating cactus over the fact that they had cured Sharia law. They'd invoked the law that was preventing it. And what 4211 basically says, and correct me if I'm wrong, is it's a law. You got to follow the law. I mean, it says you can't invoke Sharia law. No shit.
They brought it over here already.
You can't have no-go zones. No shit. You never could. You can't sell only to Muslims. No shit. You never could. So it's this complete, vacuous bullshit law that says you have to follow the law, and they're high-fiving each other that they passed it. It's like, this is what our resources go to? This is what we pay you to do? Pass a law that says we got to follow the law? What's next? Pass another law that says we can't violate the law? We could be here all day.
If we don't do something to stop this Islamic takeover of our country, we will soon be called the United Caliphate of America. if the previous administration prioritized protecting American citizens instead of inviting terrorists to our country, Sarah Backstrom may still be alive today. Thanks to President Trump, a travel ban has been placed on Afghans along with people from 18 other third world countries, including Somalia.
Hey, I don't know, like that is trippy. Like a person that could like strap a bomb to themselves and run off in somewhere and blow themselves up and blow up they self. Yeah, I don't know if that'll be a good friend or a bad friend. I don't know. I might be cool with him based on facts because we had that respect, so he don't have to. He don't try that with me. He don't try running my shit. But then at the same time, it's like I don't know if I want to be cool with him because he might just ask you to go with him or something. I don't and have something strapped to himself. I don't know.
I've got a message to the immigrants from these Islamic countries. If you hate this country, refuse to go by our laws, and chant death to America, it's time to go home. There's a lot of good people that come from Middle Eastern countries and go by our laws and assimilate with our culture. But if you come here otherwise, it's time to go home.
It's time to go. Hey, but that be the women. The women who come here like that, like think about that. You living in a place where you don't have a voice, and then you come here and you're able to speak, you're able to say things, you're able to have feelings. You feel me? Because you have feelings around him, he might. So you're able to have feelings. You're able to do certain things that you couldn't do there. Like I seen it was a girl basically in high school. Her dad didn't want her to date outside her race, and like they was Muslim, and bam, and she did, and he found out, and he offed her and her sister. So like that's part of the thing that they're saying also. Is like, hold on, like you're not gonna be able to follow those kind of laws over here, and they still do. I know a lot of y'all probably seen stories on it to where the father kills daughter, father kills wife. You feel me? Because they're not following the ways of the law, that how they supposed to obey the men or obey their father, and then they have the right to take them out.
Today we have 43 state delegates in the United States who are Muslim. If they want to run for Congress, we may end up with about 50 members of Congress in the next 6 years. That's really the essence of dismantling the system of injustice.
Now, this is what the hell I was talking about right here with us. I said, we don't have like us, like with black people or FBAs, we don't have no people in power. Like, we don't have no people in office. They don't let real niggas in office. They just don't. For some reason. Black people that are from here, parents from here, great-grandparents, great-great-great-grandparents, they do not let them in office. But they let these people in office. They let the immigrants come in and they let them in office. And what do? They do the same thing. They pass laws for their people. And they wonder why, they make it seem like nothing is happening to us. Like they're not all working together in this thing in order to keep us over there. Like the immigrants, the whites, all working together with the same agenda. Lift theirs up, keep ours over there. Which is just like, it's like, wow. Then when you say it, it's like, nah, that's not it. Okay, then why so many of your people is getting the grants and getting all the shit? Because that's what you're doing.
If they want to run for Congress, we may end up with about 50 members of Congress in the next 6 years. That's really the essence of dismantling the system of injustice, is to replace it with the people who represent the Prophet ﷺ.
Use the legal system, the law, in order to what? In order to change the law. In order to establish the deen of Allah Jalla wa Ala.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us
to change and replace this system. Islam is jihad. Islam is a social system. Islam is a political system. It has to aim at establishing a state under which the rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would be.
Today,
they saying it. They saying it. We got to get enough people up there and get them in power in order so we can change the system into ours. And it's like, look at y'all, bro. Y'all shit is toe up over there. Man, no, see, that's what I'm saying. See that shit right there? I don't like that shit. I don't care what. I don't like that type of shit right there. I do not like. Y'all see what that shit is doing to y'all country. That's why y'all running over here. So y'all gonna bring the same. Bro, if y'all don't go, just, man, see, just drop them off. I wouldn't even land on it. When I go over there, I wouldn't even land the plane. I push the motherfuckers out the plane and they in parachutes. Like on everything. I'm not even landing the plane in they shit. I'm pushing y'all out in parachutes. That's all you need. A parachute with $5,000 in a bank card. I don't know. But hell no, bro. The hell no. That's not cool.
Listen to this Idaho man explain what his Somalian neighbors told him concerning Sharia law and all of the fraud.
I got Somalians as neighbors, and I talked to one of them. And I asked him about this whole Somalian fraud that's going on in Minnesota. And one of the guys explained it to me this way. He said...
Wait, hold on. Let's fact check him. He got on an AutoZone shirt. It looked like AutoZone. I don't know. AutoZone, they be having people work at AutoZone that really don't know all the parts and stuff. They just work there. So you be asking them stuff and they don't know. They got to look it up. So you might as well look it up yourself. But I don't know.
Back in Somalia, a lot of
it might not be true with it.
So listen to this.
Some clans.
This thing where their spoils, even their Prophet Muhammad or whatever, he would go out and plunder people, and the spoils of war would be considered rightfully theirs. And whenever they would go to a place and they would subjugate the non-believers, they would put a tax on them. So he's like,
this is Sharia law. This is Sharia law.
Their plunder is rightfully theirs, and it's just a tax that the white people are paying for the Somalis to the Muslims.
Listen to this.
And so they do not comprehend the Western laws.
Oh, thank you.
They don't understand it. It doesn't compete to their Sharia law that they're practicing.
It'll never mix. It'll never mix.
He explained this one little thing to me. He's like, in their religion, they're permitted to lie. So when
100%.
you see all these Somalians in Minnesota, being outrageous that their fraud is being exposed, it's like they're permitted to lie. They're permitted to tax the non-believers. They're permitted to practice their Sharia law. They're permitted to plunder because in their belief system, it is rightfully theirs. So they don't understand why all these people are upset about.
All you have to do is pick up a Talmud or a Quran. Just read it. It tells you straight up.
Why everyone's outraged, and so that's just. And I was like, well, that kind of makes sense. I guess if you're raised up in one belief system, you went to another, and then you're upset why they're upset that you're marrying a 6-year-old. That's kind of been happening. So that's quite interesting. But here in Idaho, there's a very good Somalian population, and three doors house for me, a Somalian family lives in. Sometimes I would talk to them.
Hey, that's crazy. It's probably most Somalians in Idaho than it is blacks.
In Islam, there's a doctrine known as Hijra, or migration. For centuries, they've used this approach to conquer foreign lands. Over the past decade, we see these once stalwarts of liberty fall one at a time to Islam via Hijra. Now we see social media posts proudly declaring things like, Germany belongs to us. Here's one example from Christmas where he said, all of Germany will be mosques and you can't do anything because we are the majority. It's our empire. We have more children. You've lost. There's no Germans anymore. Germany belongs to us.
Wow.
And here it is. Europe has lost. Muslim Brotherhood infiltration strategy. It's not just Germany. France, also the United Kingdom, and most of Europe. And it was planned and perpetrated with the support of the European Union and local governments, along with the Muslim Brotherhood and similar organizations. But that's Europe. It can't be happening here in America, right? Wrong. There are already Sharia courts emerging here, and we're getting alarm bells similar to what happened in Europe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe less. One wake-up call happened in Houston where an imam was visiting local stores to tell them they must stop selling pork and alcohol, as noted in a viral video and a story from MSN. Not just Houston, outside Dallas, there's a planned epic...
Dang, that's wild, bro. They taking over cities like that. They ain't even got to do it forcefully. They just coming in having a gang of babies. Just keep having babies. I don't care. We all gonna help with them. Just everybody just keep having babies. That's it. Have babies, 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 babies on top of babies. And by the time we have enough, we gonna outdo everybody. Makes sense. That's a good strategy. That's a good strategy. But boy, people is going, nah, we don't want them here no more. We don't want them here. And like I can understand like him being a Muslim and like trying to get the store to stop selling pork. It makes sense because, you know, every time he go in that store, he tempted. He eating like some pork skins, some pork rinds, you feel me? Like a pork beef jerky. I don't know. He's just eating stuff that got pork in it. And, you know, so they got, it's their fault. It's their fault. That's what.
A Sharia enclave that alarmed Governor Abbott so much that he said, no, we won't allow it. So they rebranded it as the Meadow, and they're charging for it anyway. If Texas wants to know what this is going to look like, just check out communities like Dearborn, Michigan. Decades ago, this was an American jewel as the proud home of Ford Motor Company. Now it's a Muslim-majority community with a vigil that they held for a terrorist. Don't be fooled. If it can happen in Texas and Michigan, it can happen anywhere, even in Florida.
Baby back
in Islam, there's a doctrine known as...
So stop selling this pork. I can't stop eating it. I'm gonna be mad. I do 10 more prayers a day just to get the pork out of me. But no, that's a fucking crazy, man. Like, but I see why we doing deportations. I see why a lot is going on. A lot of things is going on right now because we in the United States, we put the stop to that shit. We don't want that shit. Leave that shit over there.
At some point there's going to be Sharia law everywhere?
100%. This is my goal and every Muslim's goal.
And do you think
establish Sharia law on earth?
Okay, but when there is Sharia law on earth, then somebody like me should be killed? Because I am a murtad.
It's up to the Amir.
But it's under Islamic law, it says that I should be killed. So you think that's okay?
In the Sharia law, that's what I follow.
But do you think that's fair for me? Like, let's say you're right, I'm wrong. Do you think it's fair to kill me because I got the conclusions wrong?
If Sharia law states that, then it should be fair for me. There's always a safe haven for you under Sharia law.
No, because...
Hey, see, but this is what I'm saying, right? When it comes to these religious beliefs, they kind of make you seem like you're a martyr. That's what that's what it seems like. Because if you going along with your belief system and you die believing in that thing, then yeah, that's what you would be because you was fighting for that system or that belief. Like even with the when you look at the Vikings, them and they say when you die in battle you go to Valhalla. All this shit is like kind of connected if you pay attention to it, because it don't matter what system of belief you have, you made a martyr. If people are going against that you in any which way, that's the feeling that you get. You feel me? That's why you press harder. Like it's like, yeah, he'll probably take dude out on the spot right here if that was law. If that was law, then yes, he would be done right now. And then if he get dealt with or he get killed doing that right now, then he feel like he'll go to, they place of heaven. I don't know where it's at, but that's the thing. That shit is crazy, bro. But you start kind of understanding it. Like later on, you start understanding it. That it's all the same.
On everywhere on earth, so there's not going to be any safe haven for me. If Islam dominates all of earth.
That's the plan, and
that's the plan. So where would be my safe haven?
In Islam.
But that would be by force then, wouldn't it? If my only safe haven is by Islam, and if I don't go back to Islam, punishment is death.
So there's two choices: Islam or death.
Do you think at some point there's going to be Sharia law everywhere?
100%.
We all over the world. We already seen that.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Listen.
FBA Muslims are not immigrants, and we do not associate ourselves with extremes or groups in which we see
God made the rules of the world.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Listen, as a foundational Black American Muslim, one of the saddest realities, but nevertheless a reality, is that as foundational Black Americans, we have no allies. And unfortunately, even as foundational Black American Muslims, we don't get the same type of support from the Ummah. And I say that to say this. When I'm talking to my American counterparts, whether they're white, Asian, Hispanic, or another fellow Black American, and I tell them that I am Muslim, alhamdulillah, they usually associate Islam with two words: jihadists and terrorism. And it's unfortunate, because what they're doing is they're associating the behavior of certain groups that come here from the Middle East that have fled their country based off of poverty, destabilization, and conflict. And it's understandable. But as a foundational Black American Muslim non-immigrant, I am literally the descendant of American chattel slavery. My direct lineage has fought in every major war in this country. And I understand being a Muslim is a part of my First Amendment right. So I have no desire to see America fall. I don't want to destabilize America. I understand that my lineage of ancestry fought for emancipation, desegregation, and equity in this country. And because of that, I will not spit on their grave. I will not make a fool of Dr. Martin Luther King, of Malcolm X. I will not make a fool of Martin Delaney. I will not make a fool of Elijah Muhammad. I will not make a fool of any of these great leaders that have come before us and paved the way for us to have the freedoms, liberties, and justice that we experience in this country as Black Americans. But to have another group of people flee from an anti-American state into America, and
I'm still trying to figure out how you got their belief system. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Negativity, using Islam as a shield because they have ill intentions. Astaghfirullah. That has nothing to do with us Black American Muslims. It doesn't. And to be honest, a lot of us need to stop associating ourselves.
I know Malcolm was Muslim, but I never followed either or, like the Muslim or Christianity. Like, as a child, when I grew up, I could see through a lot of it, seen it a lot different. And I just never understood it. I never understood it.
People who have these extreme ideals, because not only are they misrepresenting Islam and the Quran, they are misrepresenting the entire Ummah. And it makes the rest of us who are God-fearing.
So, like, okay, you say that that's what the Quran teaches, right? That earth belongs to God and people are like quests or caretakers on it. If you move, okay, if that's the case, then why are they fighting each other? Like, is they fighting because God told them to fight each other? Is this something like God told them to do to protect his land? I don't know, because they seem like all of them just messing the land up. But I'm just saying, like, what are they doing? Like, I guess because they're fighting like a motherfucker. They fighting like God said, "Hey, go fight these people over here. They not listening to me. Oh, go kill these people over here because they not listening to me." Like, it's almost like everybody is taking it like God is literally talking to them and their own culture. And then, bam. And then the war starts. So I'm like, that's what, like, I don't get it. They don't follow their God's word. Why not? Why not? I'm thinking, if you praying every day and you praying as many times a day as I see them pray, you most likely would be following the word of God or the God that you believe in, right? Like I would think. Am I tripping? Like, you're not studying every day and and doing this every day, and you're not following the teachings of the book that you have in front of you. Like, are you making up your own, or what is it, bro? Like, I'm gonna have to dive deeper into this now, because I'm going, what is it?
Abiding American citizens. Again, foundational black.
God, he said God ain't talking to them people. God talking to everybody. You feel me? You just don't know who God is. People ain't figured out who God is, because God is talking to everybody, and he talks to everybody. Everybody. There's not one single person that's left out that God do not talk to.
American Muslims are not immigrants. We are literally the direct descendants of American chattel slavery. Most of us have been in this country for at least 15 generations. And because of that,
yeah, okay, see, I hear that, like how they say, like, it's like you said, how they say the black community is violent. Like, it's a difference, bro. It's a big difference. The practices, you feel me, is totally like the way they be cutting heads off and doing that. Man, come on now. There ain't no comparison. There's no comparison. Like, and like, I could see if like a lot of the stuff wasn't happening, but we're talking about the whole group. Like not in a sense of like, okay, if we say black people, we go, okay, that person over there or those ones over there. No, this is a whole group with one belief system that have all the same beliefs, that's funking with each other and doing all kind of shit to each other. They pray so much to balance out all the bullshit they do and believe is right, dispute their holy book teachings. Look, no, because I don't even pray no more, bro. I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like praying is selfish, because we are like, when we pray, like, we either praying the Lord's prayer, or we're praying a prayer that was already taught to us to give energy to whatever that's giving energy to. And like me, I just feel like if the God creator made everything, and like they say, oh, we were made in God's image and all these different things, I believe it already exists within us. So if the creator already know my story, why am I wasting my time asking for things or praying for things, because are these things that I want, you feel me, within life or whatever, or praying to be away? I feel like I don't have to do that. I feel like the one that created everything already know what I want and what I'm going to do every step of the way. So I don't have to, when something bad is happening or when I feel like I want something good to happen, I don't need to pray about it, because I'm already thinking everything that I'm doing, and the thing that created everything already see my thoughts in full spectrum. So it knows what I'm going to do next. It knows what I'm not going to do. So like, I don't have to pray myself out of something, out of life. You feel me? Because I'm gonna tell you, I'll be feeling like people do it in order to, like, they got to protect themselves from themselves. And you have to have these religions to protect people from people. It's like a protective barrier to save you from you, or to save you from other people. Now, you're not smart enough. You're not, like, it's like almost like people are not smart enough to be good, or be good towards each other, or be loving towards each other, not be hateful. Like, if you have to be taught these things, then you really just got like a messed up life. Especially when you get older. If you got to be taught these things, respect, love, how to be caring, if you got to be taught all the good things, you just got a messed up life, bro. You just a fucked up person. If you have to, and you got to practice these same things all day, you just might be a fucked up person. And like, that's what I don't get. It's because You're doing it every day, but you still have the same crazy mentality that you got. You still calling people out their name, calling them the N-word. You still calling women out their name. You still doing disrespectful shit. So the shit is not helping at all. It's not helping. But you try to make it, and I think people just do it in the open. So when people see you doing it, they go, oh, that's a godly person. And it's like, no, the fuck they ain't. They just putting on the show. They just putting on the show. Because if the creator already know everything, you feel me? That's the only one you got to show out in front of. But no, we try to put it on for everybody else to make people feel like, you know, we this or we that. You feel me? And them be the ones, bro. Even when you go, what's up with it, King guys? When you go to church and different shit like that, them be the ones that be touching little boys. Them, it's always the holier than thou that be doing some weird, creepy shit. Every time. Every time. And if it's not every time, I say 90% out of 100. It's always the creepiest one that's trying to, you feel me, watch they self make. Like, it's crazy because when I was in prison, that's what the child people would do. The predators, the child predators would do. They'll come in knowing they're a child predator, and they'll be washing themselves every day, washing themselves in the sink, taking 5 showers a day, trying to clean themselves, always praying all the time. Because, you feel me, they did some weird shit. And that weird shit, you can't wash that shit off. That weird shit is you. You just a weird motherfucker. And a lot of people be weird as shit. Wife beaters and some more motherfucking shit. They just be weird. Every time, and I seen motherfuckers in the chat talking about you need to be in prison. No, bitch, you need to be in prison. Because you weird for even coming in saying some shit like that. And then I be giving people a pass, and you wondering why I be making these videos talking about motherfuckers that be just coming in talking shit. And they be talking about us. And like we always talk to, oh, you know, keep our heads down. No, don't say nothing, man. Just walk away. No, fuck that. Fuck that. You feel me? And motherfucker always talking about you. Yeah, well, you're gonna go to hell if you don't. Man, shut up with all that shit. No, we already in hell fucking with you. We already there. Fucking with a lot of these religious people. We already in hell. We're walking in hell, trying to stand on the side of them. And it's like, it's hard to do. It's just hard to do. Because y'all got all this different shit. Then y'all try to give it to us and make us believe it. Then get mad if we don't accept it. Oh, you don't accept Jesus? Not your Jesus. Why would I want the Jesus that you got? And I see what it's doing to you. That's the thing I always say. I watch a person belief system, and if they come and they try to give it to me, if it got them corrupt and it got them unstable, why am I going to listen to them and they're unstable? Their whole life, their whole mind and everything is just in shambles. And this is something that goes on a lot. It just goes on a lot. And it's like, you know, I just laugh now because we see the we see the videos. We see it all the time, bro. We see it all the time. I think we just never say nothing. Like, remember when, what's her name? Brittany Renner. You feel me? When she flipped all the way over, she turned Muslim. She started wearing the little what's name, and everybody was like, she's a Muslim now. No, look, hey, man, I'm going to tell you, ain't nothing going to watch. Hey, ain't nothing. By the way, I already picked my ain't nothing going to cleanse that. That shit is filthy in there, okay? There's nothing. Nobody's going to be able to cleanse that, all right? It's going to have to, you're going to have to, like, put it in the freezer for about 2-3 years or something. But on that note, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go because my family here, they calling me. So I'll tap in a little bit. You feel me? And we'll get on a better topic than this one right here, because this one is just like, oh my God, what the hell? But thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that